Hi YouTube, this is your boy Zez and here once again bringing you to a new Blade Xlord video. The maintenance brought to us the new Lightning banner together with the new water event, and obviously the banner is to help us do better for this event. However, there are a couple of things to take note before you sink your hard-earned Lord Stones into this. Well, this video I'm going to be talking about whether you should be pulling for this banner and what to generally do for events like this. Now, do like and subscribe if you find this useful, right? So let's get started. First up, should you pull on this banner? Well, if you're a whale and you want to do well for this event, well, of course, go ahead. But there are other concerns which free-to-play players should consider about. Now, number one, elemental coverage. As we all know, going full mono team is gonna be how you want to build your teams in the long run. And for a start, you will want to choose a few elements to start with. I would suggest to focus our resources on 2 to 3 elements before branching out to more. Another thing is to make sure that the elements you want to go for are opposites in the elemental tree, meaning fire and lightning is a good pair, water and forest. So why is this so? This is because if you have a fire team, you are strong against forest while weak against water, right? Lightning can be used against water, right, to cover yourself for your fire team, and you can also the fire can cover for your lightning team for the forest. So it is not a good idea to diverse yourself into too many elements too early, as you run the risk of spreading your resources too thin in terms of weapons and available units. Secondly, preferably choose on elements that you have a good DPS unit. Well, DPS units are called carries in most games for a reason. It is similar in this case. Build around one single unit is still going to be more worthwhile than building around your tank and a healer, right? So one consideration would be if you already have a good DPS unit for that element. If not, it might be a good idea to skip the banner and save for another element which you are more definite that you can build a better team with. So the bottom line here is you don't have to pull on every banner. Better to save sometimes. Right. Thirdly, you don't have to have an insane team to clear normal events like these. Right? These events will come along and rotate itself with different elements. It is unlike Deca Trials, right, which people compete for, and also stages bring about score systems. These events are much simpler. You clear quests, grind for the points, and also materials to exchange for goodies, and that's basically it. The higher you're able to go just means that you can get a few more rewards, which is hardly worth to spend Lord Stones to summon more or insane grind to go overpower your units. So as long as you're not using elementally weak to the event units or team, and a decently built team should suffice. Now we're gonna come to the team building segment. Now here I'll be showing you what I mean by building a carry, right? As you can see here, my best team for this event is gonna be this team. I have a tank and a healer which are not weak against water, right? Zane, who is a lightning damage dealer, strong against water. The only debatable one is going to be my Elisha, which is weak against water, but my idea of her is not it's for her to disrupt the enemy and offer to buff my Zane. While she will be efficient or not still remains to be seen, but I will definitely try out other units in this slot in the future. So some of you would go for what I went for, the generic tank, healer, DPS and support DPS comp, while some might even go for triple DPS and 1 healer or quad DPS, but that only works if you have a really strong units and items. Now after you have chosen your team comp, next would be to set up your weapons. You'll want as much as possible to buff your strongest element for the content you're going for, which in this case, lightning against water event. What I've done is to buff as much as possible the attack and magic attack of my Zane, right? So you want to focus on equipping all units with as much increased attack weapons that increases lightning element as possible on your whole team. As you can see, offensive wise, everything is on Lightning, while some units do not possess the luxury of having an offensive stat on their weapons, right? Then let it at least buff your tank or healer with the auto skill instead, since most likely they will be the ones taking more damage. Your next focus is going to be on your carry's weapons, alright? So make sure you level all your carry's weapons, especially your main weapon, right? Because your main weapon is going to give 100% stats to your carry. And if it's possible, right, limit break also your carry's main weapon. So if you can, also level the sub weapons and make sure the sub weapons also match the weapon type of your carry, if possible, right? Because that's gonna give your carry as much stats as possible. If you are unsure of weapons, do check out my weapons guide. I've linked it in the description down below. Another thing is for accessories, right? It is totally dependent on what units and team comp you are going for. This warrants by itself a separate video, which I will then go into details on accessories, right? So all these things that I mentioned are just things that you can consider and while you're building your team, right? So team comp and also weapons are going to be things that you want to make sure that you set correctly. Okay, so thank you all for watching and I hope that you have found this video useful. Do remember to like and subscribe for more Blade Xlord videos and take care, stay safe, Zez, signing out.